Hey guys, I got a video that I want to share with y'all, and it's really interesting because this deputy constable from Precinct 1 has appeared in more than one video. So I'm going to start with what just came up, and this occurred a year ago, but footage of it has just now been released because the Precinct 1 constables had the guy's camera in custody. And they kept it. Uh, let's go to the video. And where is the play button? Hold on a second. There it goes.
I'm in public. I have the right to do what I want. I have the right to record you public.
Okay, this guy right here with the mustache is Precinct 1 Canine Officer Bartiz. Now, their crime scene is across the street, and this is an open sidewalk that is open to anybody, and you'll see people walking by. Their problem with this guy is that he's recording, nothing else. All right, let's go back to the video. He said that you're impeding an investigation by standing on the sidewalk and recording Deputy Bartiz of Precinct 1 Constable. You are impeding his investigation. What? Let me skip through here to the pertinent part.
Sir, I have the right to do this.
And Deputy Bartiz said, "Do I come to your job and film you?" Well, I guess if you're a public servant, you could. And if you're not a public servant, well, somewhere on his person, right there, is what's commonly referred to as a body camera. So I believe that he has the option or the ability to record if he wants to. But here we go.
I'm on public property. My constitutional right. You can't stop me from this. Another cop trying to violate my right.
These other 5 officers back here, or 4 officers back here, have arrested this guy. Their crime scene was on the bus. So the crime scene was on the bus. This guy was on the bus. That's where the crime scene was. All their cars are parked off to the right, as you can see in the video. All right, the sidewalk where this guy is standing and recording is open. You see all the foot traffic coming here. There's also foot traffic coming the other direction, as you will see as we continue. See the foot traffic? And notice, this is where all their vehicles are parked. This is where they're doing their business. This guy is some kind of security guard. If this deputy that's on the phone, Deputy Bartiz, wanted privacy, his vehicle is parked over here. He could have walked over there and gotten in his vehicle and had a private conversation if that's what he's attempting to do. He could have stood over here and had a private conversation. Instead, he wants to come over here to a sidewalk that's wide open and try to enforce his will. Again, we're going to run up here just a little bit and get to the part where this guy here is taking pictures. They're not saying a word to him.
Apparently, the guy was exposure charge.
Okay, that's Deputy Bartiz's vehicle right there. Okay, it's literally, I don't know, 30 feet away, 25 feet away. He could go over there, get in his nice air-conditioned car, and make his phone call Instead, he elects and chooses to stand on a public sidewalk to conduct business. A public sidewalk that anybody can see him, hear him, film him, and there's nothing he can do about it. The area is open. I'm going to go ahead and scoot ahead here.
I'm on the sidewalk. I'm on the sidewalk recording everything on the street I see. I can
see all these people coming through the area. They're not saying a word to them.
record. My constitutional right.
Look at all these people standing right there by Bartiz. This guy is taking pictures. They're not saying a word to him. The gentleman that is taking this video is known to them. He's a regular cop watcher, and that's why they're picking on him.
My constitutional right.
Skip ahead just a little more here.
I have a right to do this.
Here in a second, I'm going to show you another video that features Deputy Bartiz. Now look, again, look at all the foot traffic. They're conducting their business within earshot of all these people.
I don't know. Public idiots has a doctor. I'm sorry? Public idiots has a doctor. Hey, I have no idea.
Now keep in mind that they have threatened to arrest this guy for standing there and videoing them. They're worried about their conversation being overheard. That is the issue. And I'm bumping this up to where they actually arrest him. But again, they're making no effort to go where they can have private conversations. Look at all these cars. Look at that sidewalk over there where nobody is at.
Absolutely not. Not when I get it on camera. Active shooter response. Really?
Now, again, pay attention. He's walking away from them. I don't know how to get all this other stuff off of here, but he's walking away from them. He's done. All right. And I think he'll stop here in a second. He turns around and get like a parting shot, and that's when they come to take him.
I'm trying to go.
All right. I don't know if vegans are healthy, but I'm done with that. All right. So now let's go over here to, oh, look, it's a News Now Houston video. Let's see who's in this video.
Sure, go ahead. Who are you? No, I'm going to keep my camera up. Okay, will you give me this phone? Why? You can leave it recording.
So look who that is. He just doesn't have a mustache now.
What? I got kids too. Kids, grandkids. Why not? You don't have a body camera? Why don't you have the money? Okay, well then, good. What are you doing? Take a picture of whatever I can see. Object or? I don't answer questions. I will answer that question. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna answer that question. Okay, just hear me out real quick. You're down here holding a video camera. You got a GoPro, taking pictures on your phone. You're filming county courthouses. You're filming vehicles. You're filming vehicles coming in and out. You don't think that that's kind of suspicious to people out here walking around, just filming random cars. You're filming county facilities, government buildings, things like that. Wearing a camo, bikini. Okay, I'm going to answer your first question first. Okay, I'm just out in public documenting what public officials do on public property, gathering information that's of interest to the public. All right, and I didn't get your name. What's your name? That's Marty. And Cardenas. That's perfectly fine, but you have to see where I'm saying that people that kind of raises the flag. Well, the Supreme Court says that what's suspicious to you is not suspicious to other people, so that's too vague. To a reasonable person, that's the way it's worded. A reasonable person would find it. You're actually the first police officer I've found that can actually quote that, which is sad. I've read, but I'm pretty up to date with it. Okay, that's good. I appreciate that. And there's no problem with you doing it. Right, that's fine. But like I said, you would see how that would raise the flags. You got a gentleman down here, military fatigue, wearing 3 different cameras. Just the only shirt I had with me for an overshirt. That's all. I'm just stating the facts of the situation. You see how we were called. Not just how we had a call that camo shirt, Gilman County building, official vehicle, things like that. Like you can see how that would raise the flag. Everything that's going on, and it may not even be worse than it used to be, but the way that's put on the news. Well, and I'll answer that for you. That's exactly what I was doing, taking pictures of county buildings and county property, county vehicles. It's our job to make sure you're not out here documenting everything, so you know who's doing what, so you're supposed to give them or.
So this proposed terrorist, got to make sure I understand this right, is going to stand on a street corner in broad daylight, drawing attention to himself, right out in the open when he could be hiding in a vehicle doing this. Okay, these courthouses don't have just one officer in them. They usually have a dozen security guards that are unarmed and at least I don't know, half a dozen armed constables that are there to oversee it. And then each court has 3 Harris County Sheriff's Department deputies assigned to it. So if you go in there to shoot that building up, you're not going to be shooting for very long.
You can see how that raises a red flag. I have no ill intent. I have no ill intent. That's all. I'm just explaining my explaining. Okay. Have your ID. Have I done something wrong that I'm required to identify myself? Yeah, okay. Am I being detained? You're not being detained. Okay. I'm just trying to have this conversation. I can't say, look, it's consensual contact and you can detain me, but 3802 says I only have to identify myself if I've been lawfully arrested. You want me to detain you so I can detain you because I have reasonable suspicion. There's a
3802. Here we go. 3802. You can investigate all you want. All you want. Being suspicious is not a misdemeanor and it's not a felony. Being suspicious is not an arrestable offense. 3802 says you only have to identify yourself if you have been lawfully arrested. Keep in mind, I know there are people that are outside the state of Texas watching this. This is Texas law. Your laws may vary. Research, make sure you get it right, because I don't want you to get arrested for failure to ID and have it actually stick.
I'm engaged in a constitutionally protected activity.
I don't want to put you in handcuffs at the moment without being because I think that we can handle it.
Well, and I'm being adult with you.
Handcuffs. That brings up something else. Police like to handcuff you to intimidate and frighten you. The average person's never been in handcuffs, and so when they handcuff you, it scares you. That's what they're trying to do. I think I've done enough here with this video. The point of this, the gentleman that was filming that first segment, and there'll be links in the description to both of these videos for those of you that want to see it. The gentleman that, oh, that's kind of fuzzy. All right, guys. Okay. The gentleman that was filming that first segment was arrested for interfering. It took him a year to get the charges dropped. In the meantime, once a month, he had to go to court. They seized his property, held his property. He had to take time off of work, had to hire a lawyer, and eventually it was dropped. It didn't cost Deputy Bartise a penny. I can tell you from personal experience, I had this exact same charge one time, and the cost for me was just under $10,000. That's hiring a good lawyer and bond money and, you know, miscellaneous stuff. So this is part of what's wrong. That man did nothing wrong. If they wanted to have a private conversation, they had plenty of places that were private where they could go. Instead, they chose to stand out on a public sidewalk that was open to everybody to walk down and conduct business. You're conducting business in public. We have the right to video and photograph and watch and observe. If you're not doing anything wrong, what are you worried about? I suspect that there was some conspiring going on there. I can't prove it, but I suspect that there was some conspiring going on there that they didn't want recorded. And that's unfortunate. But as we know, Precinct 1 under Constable Alan Rosen is corrupt. Corrupt. It's not the worst in the area, not by a long shot. Not as bad as Harris County Sheriff's Department or Deer Park Police Department or Pasadena Police Department, but they are corrupt. Most of the constable departments are. Not all of them, but most of them. That is it, guys. I hope y'all found this useful, and I will see you again soon.